Hey, I had an idea. I love crochet. And I've also really been enjoying not jewelry, like bead accessories. I've been really loving and appreciating beaded stuff. So I've just been thinking about adding beads to stuff more often. Having that in mind, I crochet. I'm always thinking about crochet, and also on my Pinterest there's always a bunch of crochet work. I don't know about you, even though I have so many crochet project ideas, when I think about crochet, even though most of the crochet pieces that I've done were not granny square, I have 2 granny square projects. I always think granny square, I think, is a staple of crochet. Anyway, today I thought of joining these 2 things, like granny square crochet and bead things. I think the thing I'm looking for is in my bedroom. Give me a second, I'll get it and I'll tell you what my idea is. Granny square for an earring, but it's not made out of yarn, it's made out of beads. This is what was upstairs that I was looking for, is the earring backing. And maybe if it works out as an earring, I could even do like a bracelet or a necklace, depending on how long it takes me. Because in my head, it's not something that's gonna take me too long. Should I do 2 colors or 3? I'll do these 2, and I have a transparent one as well, if I want to change things a little bit. I'll do the center with this one. How many? I think, I need to think. Maybe I need to make a granny square because I need to visualize it. I think I must have one on my wall. So I remember so vividly making one and putting it there. There we go. Woo! The way that I'm thinking it, I have to make a little circle, and the circle has to have, should I have 1 bead for each double crochet, or should I have 2 beads for each double crochet? So then I would get out of one and back to the other. I'll try, so it's 1, 2, 3, 12. I think 12 is already a lot, so if I do 24, it's gonna be insane. Ooh, I'm using this clear thread. I got a big chunk. It doubled is this big. From one arm to the other shoulder. I don't know if it's enough, if it's too little. I'll just go with my intuition, see what happens, and then I'll tweak it. If I just think about it and act on my thoughts and not of my actions, I'll never get anything done, because I just think, oh, this one worked, this one worked. And it maybe would work, and I don't know because I didn't try it. Okay, so this would be my magic circle, which is quite big, because obviously with thread, it can get as small as physically possible, the yarn can zhuzh together. But with this, it is as small as physically possible, but the physically possible is not that small. What I'm thinking is 2 beads or 3. Let me draw it out and see if it's going to work out. Why would I do that? I don't. 5, 6. Oh my god, this is actually such a good circle. I was holding my breath this whole time. Okay, I'm in a bit of a crossroads here. I don't know why every single time I start a new project, I always think it's going to be a quick and easy and cute, and it's just going to work out perfectly on the first try. The granny square is a magic circle with 12 double crochets. 3 double crochets, and then you chain 3. 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 3. And on those chains, on the next row, you do 6 double crochets and in between 3 and 3 you do a chain. That's kind of like how it goes, and it just grows and grows and grows. My original idea was do 12 beads, and then on each of the beads I'll do 2 beads up, so that every 3 beads represent 1 double crochet. But then for the chains on the corners, naturally I thought 3 beads, and then we have the problem because on the crochet chains, for every 3 chains we have 6 double crochets in each. I just don't know if I can do that. 3 beads, and then like on this one and this one, so there's 1, 2, 3 on this and this, I have 3 sets of 2 beads in each, right? And then I skip the middle one as a buffer. I don't know if that's physically possible, and if that's physically possible, I don't need the 12 beads for the center. I just need 4. If it works like this, it would kind of be more compact, right? Because the alternative, if that doesn't work, is to do 6 beads in between each corner. If we're using this first version with sets of beads on the same bead, that will make so the double crochet is actually only 2 beads instead of 3. I need to make it because I can kind of lay them out, but I don't know if on the wire, on the thread, on the thingy thing, it works. I kind of want to make them both at the same time to see which will work. All of that to say that I'm going to work 2 at the same time to see which one works. This is already not working as I thought it would. I have my 3 double crochets. With yarn, the stitches end on top, and we would do the 3 chains, right? But now with this beads, the yarn is down here. I could just go ahead and do the 3 others, or do I go back up, do the 3 chain, and then go back down? Or maybe I work light crochet and take these back and do 5 instead of 2, go back through. I could be thinking this wrong. I think I got the spirit.
1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then another double crochet, and then chain 3, and then another double crochet.
I'll keep on doing this and see what happens. Okay, it's already not working, as you can see. No, you can't. Now you can. The stitches are technically in the middle, in between the chains. This one belongs here, and then this one belongs here. So when I do this, I kind of lose this space here, and I need all spaces. So I'm gonna go back all of this, do this, but here. It wasn't working. The 3 stitches, like they were just sticking out. They weren't joined together, which they should be. They were just like, they weren't becoming clusters. They were just, I need to restart. If I do, I don't know. So I did 2 and 2, and then it goes back here. Yeah, I think it works. Oh my God. This is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. What happens? Besties, 3 double crochets. Look, a cluster, a literal cluster. But you can open up. Like, please don't open up. You're opening up. This is what happens, and I need it to be like this. Oh no, I had to do the 6. I said 6 and then I did 3 double crochets, and then this the chain 3, and then this double crochet, and then I would do the 2 double crochets. But as you guys remember, this is the big version where every bead is like the first bead for the double crochet, and that is 3 beads. If it's making sense in my head, it's just hard to explain. There's no way you saw it, but a bead broke. I don't. Like this, and you overlay a granny square here. It is. It technically, physically, theoretically is a granny square. It has issues. It doesn't quite look right. Honestly, in my opinion, which is biased because I'm doing it and I think I'm really good, even though I am quite critical of my own work, I don't think there's anything wrong with the pattern. I think this is the right shape, but all of my beads have different sizes. With the stitches, if you have a grasp of your tension, all of your stitches are going to be the same size. For this, because they're all different shaped, it looks very strange, right? But the pattern, I know I was saying that the pattern is so right. It is right, but I didn't have a specific way of doing things. Like I didn't go always through the same number of beads and out in the same way and in the same way. I just went in and out of the beads kind of randomly just to kind of try and get to the place. Also because I went in and out of the beads so many times, it is quite sturdy. The thing is, it's rough, it's rough. I want to try it the other way, and I'll see if I select the beads that are the same size. And then I'll also try and go and continue this one. It needs 2 rows, so it looks decent, or like a granny square. I will do these tests, see which one I like the most, and I'll count the beads and see if I have enough of these. Can you see them? They are perfect circles. I think this done with these, they're all exactly the same size, would look pretty. Look, they're little clusters. It's not really forming a point, but that's fine. The difference. Alright, so a few things. First of all, I did this in like half an hour. It was a lot faster, a lot more straightforward. It was a lot less of like weaving around. The one thing that I did here that I can do here and I didn't think about, and there's a plain flame. I remember an hour and a half ago being so worried about the chains, like how I would get to them. Trying to do the chains as stitches in a crochet, I went around the work a lot more to kind of figure this out than I would if I just did it like I did here, which is basically doing the double crochets and then going around. I don't know why I didn't think that. I think this is turning out quite cute. As you might be able to see, the clusters, like the 3 double crochets, they kind of zhoosh together. They kind of 3-dimensionalize themselves because it's too much for one stitch. Like they can't just look straight like these technically are. I think this one's looking good, but it's more of like an interpretation of a granny square because of this 3-dimensionality that doesn't exist with the crochet. The crochet is more flat. This is not really going to look like a granny square, and I want to make a piece of like accessory jewelry thingy that looks like a granny square. So I will follow this. Actually, I need to count. Wait, 6 in the middle, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So 4 times 6 times 2. 60 plus, and then there's 1, 2, 4 times 8 times 6. I think I need 136 beads to do like 2 complete crochet rows. I'll see if I have enough. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the 136 that I think is the right number, and then I have a few more. The problem is that I have 2 different sizes. Now that's a problem. And also the fact that I can only do one, and they don't really go well together. I will use these to start and do the actual granny square looking piece of thingy. Probably gonna be a little bit of a big thing. I will try and do the square that I was doing like this with these ones, so they're all the same size. See if it works out. If it works out, I'll make a pendant out of it, like a little necklace thing. But I'm gonna do all of that after lunch because I'm still hungry. I haven't eaten yet. My stepfather made it, and it apparently is really good.
Vai fazer a gravação?
Nossa, cotidiano. Virei.
Bom. Quer lasanha? Tá? Vamos comer ela.
That was really, really good. I don't even think I ate that much, but I'm just like, I want to show you how I'm doing it if it works out. I feel like if I film it tutorial style and try to show you what I'm doing, you're just gonna get more confused. Now let's just do it, hope it works, and I'll have a little animation for you in case you want to do it for like yourself as well. I'm conversing with you as if I know in the future that it's gonna work out because I'm so confident that I'm making a tutorial. Let's do it. Okay, friends, so as I'm making this, I kind of want to mention the inspiration for this piece. I filmed myself talking about it and I lost the footage, which is really upsetting. Right before I started making this project, it was Mother's Day, and I bought a present for my mom because I just am really bad with timing and programming myself to make gifts for people. Also, for crochet, my mom crochets herself and she's really, really good at it. So I feel like there's no point in me making a crochet item for her. I feel like sometimes it's better just to buy something that you know the person's gonna wear 100% than to make something that you know the person's gonna like because she knows you made it, but maybe it's not necessarily that useful or they're not gonna be able to wear it as much. But I still wanted to make her a little something. For Christmas, I got her on Secret Santa and I did the same thing. I bought her a gift and I made a little granny square pair of earrings, and I made it very last minute just to give something handmade for her, and she really did like it. She was so grateful, but she doesn't get to wear it as much because it's just like with embroidery floss, it's kind of floppy, it's not really structural. Because of that, I wanted to make a granny square earring but made out of beads, so it would be structural. It would still look like crochet, which is something that she likes, that I make, that she makes, and she appreciates it, but it would be made in beads, so it would actually be jewelry. And that's how I came up with the idea and the reason to make this project. Mother's Day came and went, but I still really wanted to make it. At this point of the video, you can kind of see it didn't go as straightforward as I thought it would. I really did think this was going to be very smooth sailing because I know the structure of a granny square. I thought it would be straightforward to make it with beads. Woo! Okay. Woo! This is so cute. If this was like a different colorway, this could totally be like a little sun pendant. Something like this. Let's not talk about the colorway, okay? Because I'm just working with what I have. I think it's gonna work. So now what I'm going to do, so see we have the little trees sets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It got from here to here, and now it's here. I will get it inside here, and then I will join them
Continuing my thought about the idea and the making of this beaded granny square project. As I was doing it, I did think to myself, maybe I should just search online other people who have done this, because I don't think I've ever seen a piece of granny square crochet beads. But I'm sure it has been made. You know that feeling when you come up with an idea, you come up with something like an original thought for yourself, or at least you think so. I mean, we're all on social media all the time. So there's a great chance that even though you think you have an original idea, you've seen it somewhere in passing and scrolling, maybe on Pinterest or TikTok or something. But you have the idea and you think that even though you might have seen it, you kind of feel like it's yours, like it's an idea that you had. So you act on it and you make it, and then you realize it has been done and it probably has been done better, or you just realize that you've been doing it wrong or something. I don't know, I feel like I think about this sometimes, like I think I have an original idea, but it's not really that original. Because people have made it, like clothing, jewelry, things like that have, there's so much going on that feels like nothing can really be original at this point. Because I feel like at this point of making this project, I learned a lot. I learned with my mistakes. Maybe I wouldn't have learned as much if I had just looked online and found a perfect granny square made out of beads that I could replicate. But at this point of the project, maybe I should look into something like that and perfect the thing that I've been doing.
This is like a million times easier and more straightforward and just makes more sense. And it's like a followable pattern in comparison to whatever I did here. Woohoo! Look, it's actually quite fun. In a crochet granny square, these are smaller because the yarn stretches so you can fit a bunch of stitches inside those. Some people do 1 stitch, some people do 2. I used to do 3 and it was more than enough. 4 I think is a stretch, so like I did 6, but this is not crochet, it's bead. I'm just going to do exactly what I did here. For every one of the small beads, I'll add 1 bead of the big ones. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm trying to make it make sense with this color palette that we have here. Because of that, I was kind of separating the beads that I have of the big ones to, you know, work with them in a sort of way that makes sense. So these are the pink ones, and I separated them already in 4 groups of 6 so that I start with them. And then I do these orange and red ones in the following layers as almost like a gradient. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to share this kind of thought. You know, this feeling of like you have an original idea. It feels original, but you're sure it's not. Like you're sure someone has done it. And I feel like if I had searched for it, if I had looked on Pinterest or something, I would have felt less encouraged to make it myself because it was already done. And yeah, I just wanted to share this thought. It's not a conclusive thought, but it's something that I think about often with some of my projects, and maybe you feel the same. And I feel like you should just act on your ideas, even if they're not perfect, even if you think that, you know, it has been done, because why not? It's about the making, it's about the creating, getting things wrong and then getting them right. I think it's an important message to just think about. If you have an idea, act on it, and then search for it, and then go ahead and figure out how you made the mistakes and how you could improve it with other people's successes. So I feel like that would be the next step for this project. Okay, friends, so the double crochets are done. Some of them keep doing this, which is annoying. But oh my god, ew. Okay, I finished here and then I wove my yarn like here, and I was going to go up here and go backwards to do the final row, but I didn't think I have enough thread, so I did a little knot here, I cut it here, and now I'm going to just get it from like, I don't know, like here, I guess, I don't know, and do the last row. And I think I have enough of these orange beads, I have one there, to do this. I don't need to do all 6 here, I can do only a couple. I think 3 will be enough. If you were stopping here, I said you should do 4. I don't think that now. I think you should do 3 because see, like it's a cute little pointy bit. I think that's it. And then here, I don't know if I should do 2 or 1. I have enough for both. They just keep zhuzhing themselves in. Here, there we go. I think 1 will be enough because maybe 2 will push them to the front. I'll try 1 and then if it's not enough, I'll do 2. Look, it kind of looks fancy. It's like a fancy version of a granny square. This wasn't the original idea. As you guys know, I wanted to do earrings, and this is not. I mean, anything could be an earring. I think this is a bit too heavy for my earlobe. There's definitely a place for it, and there's definitely room for improvement. It's not horrible. I think it's fun. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I want to like it so much. It's like a crystal granny square. I think the color scheme is horrible. I think definitely if I had any other color combo, it would be a lot prettier and you guys would be a lot more convinced because I know that there are a lot of you watching who just think this is horrendous. Definitely very different from a granny square. There's the whole fact that like the holes are so much bigger because there's the size of the bead. I feel accomplished because at one point there, everything was going so wrong that this turned out quite okay. If you compare it to this, whatever this is, and like the fact that this was done so easily. Now that I nailed the patterns somewhat, I feel like now I just need to try different beads. Like these, can you tell they're really, really small? They're like tiny, tiny ones. I only have clear ones though, so I need colors. So I don't want to buy any more for this right now. But it's definitely something worth like trying more. Earrings would be cute, but I feel like they could be cute embellishments. Imagine a pair of pins and then make a bunch of little patches of granny squares, but they're beads, so they're made out of beads, and then just like patchworked into the pants. I think that would be really nice. Imagine this, the orange color combo, and then the pattern like perfect, and all of it a dress. Imagine those granny square dresses, but with these. It would be really nice. I will stop for now because it's late. I have to go to the gym. This video is too long already for me to try out another design. For today, this is what we have. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to make. Just like have an idea, act on it. It doesn't matter if people made it. I'm sure someone has done something like this and it's a lot better. Now that I tried it myself, I could maybe search it, figure it out an even better way of doing it. But I like this experience. I like trying it. I do think like this is wearable. It was definitely a fun day of crafting for me. Anyway, this was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Carolina. This is Carolina's Closet. I like to DIY. I usually make clothing and clothing related things. I knit on one of these, my knitting machine. I like to crochet. I have been sewing quite a bit and I have lots of ideas, lots of things that I would like to do and share with you all. Maybe inspire you to make your own clothing, your own accessories, your own DIYs because it's fun. And yeah, I like people to have fun. This was it. I will see you hopefully very, very soon. Bye bye.